So I'm sure, Mr. Nixon Joseph, in your marathon innings, apart from the marathons that you run in the banking sector, so you've been an amazing banker and philanthropist and a COVID warrior. You must have taken steps to make the playing field level for women. I would like to ask you, what are the first challenges that you got and how did you deal with them? Mr. Nixon Joseph.
Okay, thank you, Bridge India, for this opportunity and also discussion on a very relevant topic. Hope I am audible.
Yes.
Yes, okay. See, as regards like gender discrimination or gender parity and all, I would come from my personal experience itself that I was brought up in Kerala, a 100% literate state. But then I was brought up in a patriarchal way. Therefore, I should admit that maybe till I got married and all, I was having this concept of superiority of men over women and all. It was due to a lot of factors, maybe religious classes or the way society was nurturing us or all these ways, or the way I was brought up in my family, how my mother was dealing with all these things. All these would have influenced me, but I admit that till I got married, I was under the impression or under the like belief that men are superior, and I was almost like in a patriarchal manner I was going on. But then after marriage, when certain issues and all came up, initially I was thinking wife has no role to comment or uh, opine on many of the issues. But then when it came up very aggressively from her side, because she was brought up in a way, like in her house and all, she wasn't brought up in a way where men, women had equal views, voice in family decisions and all. Therefore, when she was telling all these, I slowly got influenced by it. And I should tell, over a period of time, I changed my attitude towards this what I should tell is gender parity. I was thinking like whatever beliefs I had all were just biases or false views, etc. And it reformed me. And further, what happened is that when I had two daughters, when they also became like adolescents, then they're in their 20s now. When they also began like pointing out my biases, etc., I changed. Personally, I will tell you that in that way, over a period of time, I have changed from being very patriarchal to not respecting, but to treating men and women as equal, and finding and believing that there is a lot of potential in both men and women. Each should be given a very good space, equal space. That is something on the personal front. And this had influenced my working professional life also. But one thing I should admit that I joined SBI in 1985. In SBI, you couldn't find any kind of discrimination, gender discrimination. It gave a full opportunity to men and women to grow. There has been never, I couldn't find any instance where, like even before I changed like my view personally, I couldn't find any instance in SBI where women were discriminated, or when it comes to promotions or postings and all, women were discriminated. I never experienced it. That is on the SBI side. Then after coming to foundation, of course, wherever opportunities were there, I promoted, positively promoted or affirmative actions were taken to see that women are also included in whatever the things happening. Like even if some job opportunities come in the foundation, we saw that there is no discrimination or bias at the level of interview or interaction. So that if you see, our foundation is having so many, almost more than 50% the female representation is there. And also like in our SBI Youth for India Fellowship, where out of 12,000 applications from all over the world, we take 100 fellows, youngsters for the fellowship. I am in the entry board every time, last 3 years, and I'm very proud to tell that more than 75% of those whom we are selected are girls. And I could see in front of me how young girls, they are willing to go to remote villages in India and bring change. It has like opened my eyes like anything. Young girls, like courageous enough, brave enough, confident enough, daring to go to remote places alone with a passion to bring change. So what I'll conclude by telling that many of us have been brought up with a lot of biases, lot of beliefs which are not really correct or doesn't reflect the correct position, which doesn't give full potential, which doesn't give opportunity to women to grow to their full potential. This is what I understood. I was in Tokyo for 4 years, where I could find, at least in Tokyo, otherwise Japan is also conservative as India, but in Tokyo itself I could see women have been given an environment where they can grow up to their full potential, that they can travel any time of the night. It is life is very secure. They can wear any type of dress. I couldn't find any eve teasing or anything anywhere in Tokyo. So all these had opened my mind, and I would tell that when like we are getting exposures like this, our biases, everything disappear. And in India, or especially in Kerala, like where it is 100% literate state, I would tell that various factors have contributed to this patriarchal attitude. Mainly our like religion also has got a big role to play. Like I am not commenting about other religion. In Christianity itself, at the time of marriage, a priest will tell a wife, you surrender to your husband, you listen to whatever husband is telling till you are like end all these things and all. It unconsciously gives a feeling that women are inferior. So all these have to change. And also I will tell, like even from women side also, be it some many of the ladies are happy, like women are happy just getting married and listening to whatever husband is telling. So here also we have to like change the perspectives, and women also have to play their role to see that there is a parity. This is what I will conclude here. Thank you.
This is remarkable, Mr. Nixon. This is so refreshingly candid. And thank you so much. We are so grateful to you for sharing with us your personal journey and admitting from where you started and where you reached.